Okay, hello everyone, and today in day 83, I want to begin to practice speaking and reading in English. And the topic for today is shorts about starting over. And this conversation have two people. The name is Maya and Husni. Okay, I want to start with Maya. Hey Husni. Hey Maya. Can I ask you something? Sure, what's up? Have you ever felt like you needed to start over? Start over? Yeah, I think everyone feels what with something. Have you? Yes. When? At different point in life, what makes someone want to start over? Sometimes things don't go the way we expected. And then we start wondering whether we're on the right path. Have you ever questioned your path? Many times. Even now? Sometimes. I thought you were confident about your future. I am. But you still have doubts? Of course. How can you be confident and uncertain at the same time? Because confidence doesn't mean knowing exactly what will happen. Then, what does it mean? It means believing that you will figure things out along the way. That's an interesting way to look at it. I didn't always think that way. What did you think before? I thought I needed to have everything planned. Everything? My career. Okay. My finance. Okay. My education. That's a lot. It is. Did you have a plan make you feel better? Sometimes. And sometimes it made me more anxious. Why? Because reality doesn't always follow the plan. That's true. Something unexpected happens and your plan changes. Exactly. So, what do you do now? I still make plans, but I try to be more flexible. What does that mean? I know where I want to go, but I don't always know exactly how I'll get there. That's a good distinction. For example, I want to work as a developer. That's your destination. Exactly. But the road can change. Yes. Maybe you get the job to one path, or maybe another opportunity does. Maybe you start as an intern. Yeah, maybe you start as a junior developer. Yeah, maybe you do something completely different first. That's possible too. Would you consider that a failure? Not necessarily. Why not? Because progress doesn't always look like what we imagine. Can you give me an example? Imagine someone wants to become a developer. Okay, they spend months learning, right? Then they apply for jobs and get rejected. Maybe several times. That sounds painful. Yeah, it is. So what should they do? Look at what they can improve, and if they still don't get accepted, keep improving and keep trying. What if they need to change their strategy? They change the strategy, but not necessarily the goal. Exactly. Have you ever had to change your strategy many times? Many times. What kind of change? The way I study, how I usually learn too much things at once, and now I try to focus on fewer things. Is it easier? Definitely. When are you focusing on now? Programming in English? Why English? Because communication is important, especially for developers. Yes, of course. Even if you're technically good, yeah, technical skills aren't enough. Why? Because developers work with people, not robot or computer. What do you think makes someone a good developer? That's a difficult question. Take your time. I think curiosity is important. Like curiosity, because technology keeps changing, so you have to keep learning. Exactly. What else? Patience, because of baking, yeah, especially working. Anything else? Communication. We talked about it. Yes. What about problem solving? Definitely. So being a developer isn't just about writing code. Not at all. What one thing programming has taught you about life? That's an interesting question. What's your answer? Sometimes the problem isn't where you think it is. Explain. You might spend an hour looking at one part of the code, and then you realize the actual problem is somewhere else. How does that relate to life? Sometimes we think we're unhappy because of one thing, but the real problem might be something completely different. For example, maybe someone thinks they're at their job, but actually, maybe they're just exhausted, interested, or maybe they don't have this career. They just had their current situation. Exactly. So we shouldn't make big decision when you're exhausted. Sometimes that's a good rule. Why? Because our perspective change when you're tired. When you're tired. That's true. A problem can feel more impossible at midnight and easier the next morning. Yeah, exactly. Have you experienced that? Many times. Hahaha. Especially with programming. Of course. It's when I was trying to fix something, then you sleep, and the next morning you see the problem immediately. That's frustrating. Yeah, very frustrating. But also funny. Definitely. Do you think starting over means forgetting everything from the past? No. Why? Because because the past still taught you something. Even bad experience? Yeah, especially bad experience. Why? They show you what you don't want, and sometimes they show you what you actually value. That's true. Starting over doesn't mean starting from zero. Then what does it mean? Starting from experience. I like that. Me too. So you tell someone who's afraid to start over. I tell them not to think of it as starting from zero. What should they think instead? Think about everything you've already learned and think about the mistakes you've already made and think about the things you understand now that you didn't understand before. So you're carrying all of that with you. Exactly. Even if the direction changes. Yes. Do you think it's too late to change direction? No. At any age? I think so. Yeah, I think so. Even after just doing something else? Yes. Why? Because your previous experience isn't automatically wasted. How can it help? It can give your skills, disciplines, perspective, and experience, even if it's unrelated. Yeah, sometimes the skills are more transferable than you realize. That's a good point. Do you think you're where you expected to be? Honestly, honestly, no. Does it bother you? Sometimes. What do you do about it? I remind myself that life isn't a straight line. What does that mean? You can move forward, then backward, sometimes, then forward again. Exactly. And that doesn't mean you failed. No, it means you're still moving. Yeah, exactly. So, what's your next step? Keep learning. That's it. Keep learning and keep applying and keep practicing English and try to enjoy the process. That's probably the hardest one. Yeah, I agree. Why is it so difficult? Because we're always thinking about the destinations instead of the journey. So maybe we should stop asking when will I get there and starting asking what can I learn today? Yeah, I like that. Do you still want to become a developer? Yes. Even after everything? Yes. Why? Because I still enjoy it. Even when it's protesting? Yeah, even then. Why? Because solving something difficult gives me a sense of progress. That's a good reason. And I want to see how far I can go. Then keep going. Yeah, I will. One step at a time. Yeah, one step at a time. Even you have to start over. Yeah, even if I have to start over. Good. Thanks, Maya. Anytime. It was a good conversation. Yeah, I think I needed it. Sometimes we all need a reminder. Yeah, I remember what up. That changing direction doesn't mean moving forward. Okay, that's a good one. Remember it. I will. See you tomorrow. Okay, see you tomorrow. Okay, guys, thank you for watching and see you the next time. Thank you. Bye bye.